guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a new video. I am really excited for this video. If you can't tell by the title, we'll be picking out my February reads. I am so excited to find out what books I'll be reading in February. So this month I've decided to switch it up a little bit more, and what I did is I got my Instagram followers to pick my TBR, but obviously they don't know what books they picked. They just picked it based on the emoji. So what I did is I posted 6 stories with 12 books, and what I've done is I've kind of like coloured them in, and then I've done like a corresponding emoji to the book. And what I've kind of tried to do is like match the books depending on the vibe. So for example, like if it's like both sad books or a deeper book, I put those together. If it's like a fluffy kind of book, put those together. If it's like the same author, I put those together. I also kind of just like put like the books I didn't really know that really matched, I just put them together based on how they looked. So for example, 2 books I put them together because they had like the main characters on the front, or like another 2 books just because of the size of them, or another 2 books because maybe it was a hockey romance or had a hockey photo or had something that like corresponded or was similar to each other. And then obviously I posted it on my Instagram, waited 24 hours, and then I screenshotted the books and like the polls, but I have no idea what books got picked. I literally just screenshotted it and that was it. I literally didn't peek at any of them, and I just wrote a list of like what colour matches what and what books are under those. And what I'm going to do is we're just going to go over each of the polls, see what books won, and I'm really excited. This month obviously it's February, it's the month of love, it's my birthday month, and I thought I would keep it simple and just focus on one genre, which means all these books are romance books. Because I've been in a life slump, I decided that this month I just wanted to focus reading books that were really my forte, and romance is my forte. Plus I have all these books on my TBR that I need to get through because I've been trying to get through my physical TBR. I haven't bought any new books and I'm really proud of myself, and I'm also not in the mood to buy any new books at the moment, which is a shock for me, especially because I love buying books. But I thought it was time to just kind of tackle my physical TBR, which is what we'll be doing. Hopefully I get some really good picks. There are some books I really hope I got picked, but I actually have no idea if it was picked. Before we start, if you're new to this channel, hi, my name is Amy. Welcome. I'm so glad you clicked on this video today. Go and check out my January wrap up where I talk about the 8 books that I read in January. Also check out my other videos. I recently posted a reading vlog. Well, not recently, 2 weeks. I haven't posted for about 2 weeks because I've been in a life slump, as I go in more detail about in my January wrap up. But I posted a video where booktubers picked my reads for the week, so check out that video, check out my vlogs. I also do vlogs, lifestyle, wellness. That is the bit that I also do. My main priority is wellness and lifestyle, so definitely check out those videos, and obviously like and subscribe if that's what you're into. I'm really just making this channel kind of just like a diary of like my life. Like life can be fun, it can be sad, it can be boring, and that's what my channel to be. I want to be realistic, kind of be like a big sister role model. So if you want that, definitely recommend subscribing. Obviously if you're my age or older, welcome. Like, I'm so happy you're here. Obviously you might be a book lover, you might be a vlog lover. So if you do and you want to watch a girl that loves to do solo dates, like to be by herself, who's quite introverted, stay tuned for my videos. I'm really excited for the rest of the year, and also obviously, as I said, check out my previous videos. Let me stop rambling now, because all you guys care about is to see what books I'm going to read in February. So that is what we're going to do. Obviously, just before we start, make sure you follow my socials down below. We have my TikTok, my Instagram. I'm gonna also link it up here. And yeah, let me stop rambling now. Obviously, let's get to this video and let's pick out my February reads. So right, my room is a mess at the moment. You guys don't even want to see over there. But what I've done is I obviously have 6 stories, 12 books, and what I've done is kind of made little piles of the books. So first we're going to go over the first poll. So the first colour that I did, let's get this up, was blue. So we have 2 books, as you guys can see. So one of them has a little emoji with like kind of blushing, and the other one has a gun. And obviously I got my followers to pick which one they preferred. Obviously they have no idea what book it was. And the book that won was the one with the blushing smiley face. That one got 69%, and then the gun got 31%. I need to actually quickly check which was which. Okay, cool. So it was out of the Sweatpants season and Daisy 8, and the gun one belonged to Daisy 8, and then the blushing one belonged to Sweatpants season. So that means this month the first book we'll be reading is Sweatpants season by Danielle Allen. This book was a book that I wanted to read during winter time. Obviously it is still kind of winter, so I am excited that I got this one. This one's one's quite thin as well, and I think it's just going to be like spicy fun from reading the blurb as well. It's a little bit like enemies to lovers, a little bit cheeky. I think it's going to be steamy, which we love. So I actually am really happy I got this one. I really do want to read Daisy Aches as well. I read Magnolia Parks during June last year, so I haven't actually continued the series for a long time, and I want to get into it because I've heard so many good things about Magnolia Parks series, but I just can't get into the world. I think it's because the Magnolia Parks book, I finished it within like 2 to 3 weeks, whereas most people I know read it within a few days, and I feel like my attention span and my connection to the characters just wasn't there because it took me such a long time to read. However, obviously this book didn't get picked, so maybe I'll get it next month, but Sweat That Season was picked, which means it's the first read of February. So the second poll, as you guys can see, is red. So one has a fire and the other one has a chili. I have no idea which one got picked. Both of these books I've been dying to read, so I'm gonna be happy with either. But let's look at the poll, and then I'm gonna look at my piece of paper where I wrote down what books are for what polls. So it seems the fire one won. That one got 67%, whereas the chili one got 33%. And from my list, based on that, the books that this was based on was Wildflower by Hannah Grace and Honey and Spice by Babylona, and the winner belongs to Wildfire. This was the one that had the fire emoji. So this will be the second book we're reading. I actually am really excited to read this one. I read Icebreaker, absolutely loved it last year, and I can't even remember when I read Icebreaker. I think that was like the start of the year as well, or maybe like July time, but I haven't actually tackled the rest of the series for ages. And this is a book that I wanted to get through and read because I'm really excited for Daydream, which is the third book of the series, the Maple Hill series, and I can't wait to tackle that one. So I am happy that I got picked this one. Also, I got like the limited edition sprayed edges because they were selling it in the works, and I'm obsessed. So I'm really excited to read this one as well. This will be the second book that I read in February. Of course, I wanted to read Honey and Spice, but I'm not in no rush to read it again. I tried to read it last year, but I kind of gave it a softie enough just because I couldn't get into it. I was in kind of a slump. Well, I was actually at the beginning of getting into a slump, and I was trying to read loads of different books and nothing was catching my attention. So this was a book that I softie enough, and I kind of don't think I'm ready to read it yet. So I'm not going to add it to my TBR for February, but it definitely is a book that I want to read in 2024. Now we're going to pick our third poll. This is going through so quickly. I wish I picked so many more polls, but next we have the orange poll. As you can see, one has a little dancer, whereas the other one has a little bouquet. So I've just realised from looking on this, in terms of pick one, the only options was an aeroplane and a bouquet. That was supposed to be the dancing woman, but I think everyone kind of got the gist of that. So the one that won was the bouquet. That got 73%, and then the one with the dancer / the aeroplane, which I don't know why I did that, is 27%. The books that those belong to were these two books. So we have Ricochet by Krista and Becca Ritchie, and then we have A Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas. So the one that won was Ricochet. I'm actually really excited that I got this one. This is the second book in the Addicted series by these two authors. Addicted, I didn't give it a high rating either when I first read it, so this is another series that I want to give another go, and everyone says that it is even better the second time round. And as I've mentioned before, in terms of series, the first book's not my favourite most of the time, so I am having high hopes for this book. The cover is so freaking cute as well, and obviously it tackles a little bit more of the two main characters from Addicted, and I'm really excited to continue reading the series. So this will be our third book of February. So that means The Spanish Love Deception unfortunately didn't get picked. Again, I don't think I'm going to add this to my TBR just yet because it didn't get picked, and it's not really an anticipated read to read so far. Now it's time to look at the fourth poll. So for the fourth poll, we have this photo here. On one side we have some ballet shoes, then on the other side we have an ice skating boot. The one that won was the ice skating shoe, and that one has 73%, whereas the ballet shoes had 27%. These two belong to these books. So first we have Powerless by Elsie Silver. This is actually the third book in the Chestnut Spring series. This one follows Jasper, and I'm so excited to maybe get into this one. And then the other book is Unravel Me, which is part of my favourite series, which is the Playing for Keeps series by Becca Mack. This is the third book in the series, which focuses on Adam. So let's see which one won this little poll. The one that won was Unravel Me. Unravel Me was the one that had the ice skating boot, whereas Powerless is the one that had the ballet shoe. The reason why I gave those emojis is because this one obviously features like a ballerina, and obviously the ice skating because he is an NHL player. So that means Unravel Me will be our 4th book of February. I'm really excited to get into this book. I've heard so many great things, and obviously I got these beautiful covers. I have the old covers, but I have these beautiful new covers and I'm obsessed. Now we're going to look at our 5th poll. So on our 5th poll we have these 2 photos here which are pink. One we have a little coat, and on the other one we have a chest piece. So the one that won was the chest piece, 82%, and the one that lost was the little trench coat, which is 18%. And those books belong to these books. So the first one we have Love Theoretically, and the second book we have Check and Mate. This is both by Ali Hazelwood. I put these together just because they're from the same author. So the one that won is Check and Mate. Obviously it has a chest piece, and the one that lost was Love Theoretically. I am really excited to read this book, even though it might not be in my like full February TBR. I am having like books that are centered around my TBR and like romance books in general. So this book might pop up, you never know, you might see it in a reading vlog. But this is the book that I'm going to add to my February TBR. This book I am really excited for. This is like the newest release from Ali Hazelwood, and people said it's really interesting. What I love about Ali Hazelwood is the way she writes. I feel like she has quite a unique writing style, and obviously she talks about women in STEM, women that kind of have like some type of intelligence to them, and like that in the world centered around it. This book is like an enemies to lovers of like a chess tournament. I think these 2 characters go against each other, but then obviously they fall in love along the way. So I am really excited to read this book. Again, this book is just simple, easy, not a lot of pages, which I'm happy for, and it's pink. Pink like my jumper, and obviously Valentine's Day, and pink or red is the theme. So this will be the 5th book that I read in February. Last but not least, we have the final poll. In the final poll, as you guys can see, we have these 2 books which are in grey. One has a little kissy face, whereas the other one has a broken heart. Let's see which one got picked. So the one that won is the one with the kiss. That one I got 58%, and the one that had the broken heart was 42%. Those belong to these 2 books. So the first book is 1,000 Boy Kisses by Tilly Cole, and the second book is Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. This is the first book in the Boys of Totem series, and this book is really girthy, as you guys can see, compared to this book. So the one that won is 1,000 Boy Kisses, obviously the one that had the kiss, which is why I picked that emoji, and then obviously the one that lost was the broken heart one, which is Binding 13. I am really excited to tackle this book. The fact that it's so thick is quite daunting, but I definitely do want to read it, so I think I might add it to my TBR, but this is the one that we will be absolutely adding, as it's the one that won. This one is a very sad book that I've heard of. I think it's like 2 friends, and it says here they were like friends for a long time, but Rune was sent to his native country. He returns, but he's not quite the same, and there's like some secret that Poppy is carrying, which I'm a bit nervous about. I definitely want to tackle it. It isn't a thick book as well, so I feel like it's going to get straight to it. I just hope it doesn't end in the way that I just want to stare at a wall for all of eternity. But I am really excited to read it. Again, it has a little heart on it, on par with Valentine's Day, and I'm really excited to read this one. You might see it in a reading vlog, so stay tuned. That is all the books that I put on my poll. Obviously, I might read more than these 6 books. Obviously, I added Binding 13, which makes it 7. I'm currently reading A Court of Silver Flames, which I think will be included in my February wrap-up. This month I decided to keep my TBR quite small, just so I leave room to mood read. Obviously if I do finish all these books, then I have other time and space to read other books. I might tackle the books that were included in the poll as well, I don't know yet. But these are the books that I'm going to be reading in February. I am so excited to read these books. I feel like they're a mixture of like thickness, but I don't think they're like too thick and too hard to like tackle. I think most of them I'm going to be able to tackle within like 1 to 2 days, which I'm really excited about. Also some of them might be in vlogs, so stay tuned for that. But that was the video. I hope you guys enjoyed picking out my February TBR with me. If you want to see me do this more often, let me know. I have some other ways of picking my TBR. Of course, I've just made in my TBR wheel, which I use to help me pick my January, so go watch that video. I will link it down below. But I think that those are interesting ways to create your TBR. If you have any other ways for me to pick my TBR, let me know in the description down below. I have some few other ideas for like Easter and Christmas and stuff like that. But if you have any other ideas, just let me know. I know there's like the prompt jars that you can do, and I might try out something like that. This is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a like and subscribe. Make sure you comment down below about what books you're going to be reading this month. What's your reading goal for the month of February? January. I will be doing a vlog soon where I talk about my reading journal, because I've recently been like really invested in doing my reading journal. I just actually finished reviewing all the books for January. I'm just going to add like my photos, but I will show you guys my setup, plus I'll be doing like my birthday vlog, which hopefully will be coming out on Sunday. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay blessed. I hope you guys have a good week, and as I always say, I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Everything goes right. I can feel the breeze. Euphoric delight.